How's it going, guys? It's K Cars, and today I'm going to be doing a driving review of this 2016 Chevy Corvette Z06 with the Z07 package. So let's go ahead and get on the road. I'm going to try to keep the windows up whenever I get on an actual road, but for now we're about to exit a parking garage, and you know what that means. It's going to sound pretty good. So if you guys haven't checked out my previous videos that I did with this car, you definitely want to go check those out, because I made a few videos of this car and they are insane. My first video was the first impressions video, and then I did a review, then I did 5 things I love, 5 things I hate, and then let's see what this sounds like first. So that is the stock exhaust in track mode. It's not loud by any means, but it sounds insane. With headers and a catless X pipe, it would be insane. So like I was saying, another video it was titled "Watch This Before Buying a Used Z06" or something like that. But anyways, like I said, this is going to be the driving review, and I'm trying really hard to not scrape right here because I did last night. Go ahead and go. Probably won't get on the throttle too much, just because I'm like in a city and there's not really too many places to go fast in here. So this car isn't really a good daily driver. If you're getting a Z06 and expecting it to be practical, probably shouldn't get a Z06 or any Corvette. This car is a lot of fun to cruise around in. You can cruise around on the highway, cruise around in the city. But one thing you have to keep in mind is that it is very uncomfortable. So whenever I went to pick this car up, I drove it around for about half an hour just to get used to how it drives. And my lower back was killing me after 30 minutes, and I had like a 3-hour drive to go. So that wasn't very pleasant. It wasn't a very pleasant first impression, I guess. But the performance of this car definitely made up for the uncomfortableness. So the first time I floored this car, it was unlike anything else. It felt like a freaking rocket ship, and I was going 70 miles an hour on the highway whenever I did that, and I just left it completely in automatic mode, and I like pressed the gas, and I was like, well, what's happening? This car is slow. And it took a few seconds to actually downshift, to actually like accelerate. And once it did, that's when it kicked in. Like, I was completely shocked. I was not expecting that at all. Like I said, it felt like a rocket ship. It probably would sound like a rocket ship with a different exhaust. But yeah, this car is insane. It's unlike anything I've ever driven. Yeah, honestly, nothing compares to this car with the performance. I have driven a GTR and an Aventador, and this car, performance-wise, is on a whole upper level when you compare it to those cars. Like, I was driving those cars on the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and like they were telling me to go full throttle in the straightaways, and I was doing it. This car still feels much faster. Like, those cars felt slow compared to what this car feels like. I've already done a few like full throttle runs in this car, starting in 2nd and 3rd gear, and even 3rd gear going like, I don't know, 30 or 40 miles an hour. It's not the ideal gear to start from, but it still felt insanely fast. And with that supercharger, you definitely get the power like right away. That's the one benefit of the supercharger when you compare it to a turbo, is that you get the power right away. With a turbo, you kind of have to wait for the turbo to actually kick in when the RPMs go up. But yeah, that's kind of what I felt like whenever I floored it for the first time, was the delay that you got without downshifting, because you had to wait for the car to downshift itself. I kind of figured it was like a turbo lag, but obviously I'm not saying this car is turboed. I know it's supercharged. That's kind of just what I'm comparing it to. That's kind of what I feel like it would be similar to, I guess. But yeah, the other few times that I went full throttle in this car, I started in 3rd and 2nd gear, like I said. It just took off like a rocket right away. One thing about this car, it does break necks and turn heads a lot. So that's something you want to keep in mind if you are getting a car like this. And this transparent roof is actually pretty cool. I didn't think I would actually be a fan of it, whenever I first saw it, because I thought the sun would just be shining on my face the whole time, but I can literally look straight at the sun right now because it's kind of tinted, so it doesn't allow too much sunlight to go through, which is really cool. I love the transparent roof option. And it's also removable. I will include a full throttle run right here just so you guys can see. With this car, it's definitely insane. Like, the first time I did that, I think I went like 70 to 100. It felt like 1 second, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. It was insane. And in that video, I think I started out about 35, got to 110, probably took like 4 seconds maybe. But it's insane. It's unlike anything I've ever felt before. I'm used to driving a Challenger Scat Pack. That thing's slow compared to this. Coming up to a light here, so I'll give you guys some downshifts, see what it sounds like. Second gear right here, and down to first. That's insane. That is insane. I love the sound of this car. So there actually is some lag with the paddle shifters that I'm not a huge fan of. With the Challenger, there's literally no lag at all. Here we go, down to first. It sounds insane. So with the Challenger, the lag with the paddle shifters really isn't bad at all compared to the Z06. I don't really know why it's so bad with the Z06. I would expect it to be a little bit better, just because it's a performance car and you're going to be using the paddle shifters a lot more. But yeah, it's not as bad as I thought. The cylinder deactivation feature on this car, I'm pretty sure it works in all driving modes. Wet, or I think it's called weather. So weather, eco, touring, sport, and track. I think the cylinder deactivation mode works in all of those driving modes, which I'm not a huge fan of. I wish it would only work in like weather, eco, and touring. Like if you're in sport or track, I don't see a reason why it should have to run on 4 cylinders. But as soon as you step on the gas, all 8 cylinders kick in, so you definitely have the power that you need to go. And then also, if you're in 4-cylinder mode and you're downshifting, as soon as you downshift to second, it'll kick in all 8. So that's kind of something I realized too with this car. Which, I mean, I guess it is good to save gas, but I was watching a video by Bladed Angel with his Z06. He said the cylinder deactivation feature is kind of bad for the car, which I know he gave some good reasons. I kind of forgot what he said about it though. CTSV right there. So yeah, if you guys want to see why the cylinder deactivation feature isn't that good, go check out Bladed Angel on YouTube. He put a video out explaining why it could possibly do some damage to the car and how to disable that feature. Yeah, one thing I love about this car is how easy it is to make it fast and make it insanely loud. Like, it's already insane from the factory. It's not terribly loud, but it is terribly fast, like insanely fast. And I don't know if you guys saw that, but that truck just tried to fly past me. That's what you're gonna get a lot of with this car. Literally this morning, I was driving to my video location here in Florida, and this guy in like an old beat up Lexus with a cut off exhaust kind of like Florida past me. So I caught up to him, and I dropped down the third just to like show him that, you know, all right, let's race if you want to. He didn't want to. He wouldn't even look at me. So I just took off and showed him what I could do. You know, if I'm in a Z06, I'm gonna show people what I can do as long as it's safe and there's like nobody else around. But usually, if I'm in a sports car, I drive like a grandma, just because I don't know why, but there's something about driving like insanely fast cars slow that I like. I don't know why, but it just impresses me that, oh, there's a C6 behind us. I think it's just a Stingray though. But anyways, there's something about driving really fast cars slow that I like. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's just like, seeing a car with so much potential driving so slow, but you know it can instantly shatter anything on the road. That's exactly what this car is. Like, there's basically nothing on the road that is faster than this car, unless you come across like a sport bike or, I don't know, a McLaren 720S or one of those supercars. Then, I mean, you're basically the fastest car on the road. You can brake, you can accelerate or turn faster than anything else on the road, and that's what I love about this car. There's not many cars that you can say that about, but I think the Z06 definitely is one of them. And you can hear that exhaust, like with the windows completely up, and it sounds so good. And I don't know if you'll be able to hear. Okay, I think it just went to 4-cylinder mode. You can't hear the sound of the engine anymore. But then whenever I downshift, whenever I get to second, all 8 will kick in. So I'll show you guys right here. 4th, 3rd, and then 2nd. There you can see it went to V8 mode again. First gear. So I don't know why it does that. I'm sure there's a reason, but I don't know. I think it's kind of cool that it uses 4 cylinders just to kind of save gas. But if it is bad for the engine, then I definitely would look into disabling that feature. So yeah, the Z06 is definitely something that I see myself getting into in the next few years. I definitely want to upgrade from the Challenger. I know the Challenger's a great car. I will miss it. I love the way it sounds. I love the way it drives. I just want to look to upgrade into a Z06. And coming from the factory with 650 horsepower, and you can make it loud and fast with minimal mods. Long tube headers, Callus X pipe, dyno tune, pulley, and it's already like faster than anything else on the road. Like, it's hard to find something that's on the road that's faster than a stock Z06. So just modding a stock Z06 will make it that much faster and that much more insane. So guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure to give me some video suggestions for videos you would like to see with the Z06 or Challenger. Like I said, I still do have the Challenger. And if you guys have anything you would like to add to this video, make sure to leave that down in the comments as well. And if you liked this video or found it entertaining, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.